So today we're going to be building up the new Passion BMX Supercross frame. This is the new Passion BMX frame. It's 2175 top tube length. We have the 175 strong arm chromoly cranks, which are pretty cool. I feel like I could use these to race with on my BMX bike. The forks, this colorway is the matte stone. It's like a dark white, I call it. And it's super cool. So what we're going to do, build this up, make a little video. I'll give you some more details about it as it builds along. So this is what we got. I've got an old set of wheels that I had laying around at home with the handlebars, but then it's very simple bike. I've already got the bottom bracket in because I don't want to take that out. That took me a little bit of fiddling around. Roll the clip. All right, so now we have to put these bottom bracket bearings in. I don't have a fancy tool to put them in, but I watched a great video of Backbone BMX, Reese. He put them in with a piece of wood and they went really good. So I'm gonna get my grease, put these in, boom, boom, but not like that, sorry. I'm gonna put this in first. Make sure there's enough space between that and this, like so. And look at that. Pretty perfect. Supercross pretty good like that. And there's some spacers. Boom. So I just had to put a little bit of space, one small spacer, so that when it's getting pressed in, it's not going to be going, this middle part wouldn't be floating around like that. So, start off with some grease. Grease in there like so. Make sure you get all the way around it. Same on the other side. And then the good thing with this next side is we have something to follow it in. So it's all going to be sitting nice and straight. So I'm going to get my piece of pine. Spins nice, sits flush. We're good. And then, yeah, this is a very simple bike you can use for everything. We have the wheels, 20-inch wheels, handlebars and stem. I have a bit of a bigger stem because the bike's a little bit smaller. All I need is grease, Allen key and wrench, headset, forks, crank, pedals, chain. I'm going to run the brakeless setup, so let's start building. Let's get straight into it. So, what I'm thinking, let's get the cranks on. So this is a 3-piece crank arm. We have the little sprocket already on it. Very easy and reliable to use, these things. Very cool. And just super basic and reliable. I'm excited to get out on the skate park, the trails, everything with these. So when I did put these on, I'll play a little clip right now. I didn't have the tools that I needed to do it. So I had to improvise. I watched a good video on Backbone BMX of Reese, how he put his in. Just got a piece of 4x2, hammered it in, and then made sure the little inside bar fitted nice and easy. So that's on, nice and easy. Let's put a bit of grease in the headset. We want these well greased up because this bike is probably not going to be looked after as well as I look after the F1 Carbon and bikes like that, because this is a hardy bike. This bike can just do anything. It'll be going to the skate park, it'll be getting chucked into my car. Obviously I'll be looking after it as much as I need to, but the fun thing about this bike is just it can do everything. So it will be getting thrown in the car on many occasions to go to pretty much anywhere. It'll be doing... I think this bike would almost be used the most. This is just a bike to have fun. For a price range of $400 for the frame. Cranks, frame and fork is about $600. Wheels, you can get a cheap pair of wheels off Marketplace. Obviously it adds up, but compared to a bike like the Vision F1, it is a lot cheaper. So let's get this on. I might struggle here a little bit. Struggling, but oh, it goes straight off as well. So I need to hold on to it. The one problem I found with this colorway, although that it's awesome, it dirties really easily. So, all right, I'm gonna quickly put it on the ground, put the handlebars on. Boom, boom, boom. Get this on. Oh, I forgot to put my spacer down. You know what? I'm going to make this taller. And bars are back on. Tighten this up. Boom. make sure that's straight once the wheels are on. Hard to do it at the moment. And now that we're saying wheels, let's put the wheels on. So this is my favorite part. Oh, that is a front wheel. This is my favorite part about building a bike, is putting the wheels on. When you put the wheels on, it goes from not really a bike to being a lot like a bike. So these are just going to slide on. These are off an old freestyle bike that I used to use. I had a Sunday. Now things are about to get a whole lot better. So let's push that forward. Chuck the chain on. Just got myself a Zimmy chain, the fatter one. People use this for track cycling. Probably a little bit of overkill for a skate park bike, but like I said, this bike's going to get ridden hard, and yeah, thought I'd give it some good reliable parts so I don't have to spend too much time keeping it alive, and I can just focus on having fun riding my bike. These just clip on really quickly with this, like boom, when it's on the chain. Super easy. And oh, maybe a little bit harder than I thought. Let me just get some pliers. There's definitely a proper tool for this, but I just use these ones. Oh, dropped it. No. Boom, and it's on. Chain is on like that, easy peasy. And now, how I like to do the back wheel, I just pull it back as hard as possible, tighten the drive chain side, and then get this side, pull it back as well. Boom. Chain's tight. I like a tight chain on a skate park bike because, not that I do it a lot, but if you take your feet off the pedal, it's nice to know that this isn't going to spin. So if I was to be doing tail whips and stuff, which I can't do, but I'd like to learn, you know, when you come back to catch your pedals, this isn't going to spin around. So that's why we run a nice tight chain on a freestyle bike. All right, next part is the front wheel. These is pretty, whoa, don't want to break that. Make sure we put it on the right way. Boom. Since these just go on, they have a little catching mechanism on it, so if the wheel did come loose, you can still catch it. All right, that wheel is on. Get our 17 wrench and boom. Boom. Damn, that's almost looking like a bike. That is sick. All right, now let's add the pedals. So I only have my HT flat pedals. Probably not the best pedals to be using when you're, you know, trying to do tricks and stuff. You wouldn't want to get shinned by these, but that's all I've got at the moment. I'll probably just get a nice set of plastic pedals. Get them going and then just tighten them up. A little fun fact about the pedals, you don't have to tighten them up tight because they're almost self-tightening, and I think everyone here has experienced trying to take pedals off, and pretty hard to do. Boom. All right, my last little thing I have to do. Look at that. Such a simple, awesome bike. Now, since I'm running brakeless, I just got to take these little things off, have a tiny little Allen key, and my setup is done. Also, I forgot to say, already got the seat. Got a clamp inside the frame, built into the frame. Just another thing to keep it as simple as possible. And yeah, let me quickly take these off. Let me set you up closer. So these come off fairly easy. Probably time for me to get a new multi-tool. Boom. Now, I just got to remember to keep these somewhere safe so I don't lose them when I want to, if I ever put brakes on, which I probably will end up doing because I want to ride trails and stuff with this bike, and I'll be scared to ride trails with brakeless. But skate park, riding around, perfect brakeless. Boom. Now, let me do a quick wipe down from where the grease came through, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of the bike. But there we go. Thank you, Supercross BMX. I love this bike. I'm so excited to go ride it. Stay tuned, make sure you like and subscribe because the next video will be me riding it at the skate park. Even the BMX track, who knows? Like and subscribe, put those bells on, put the bell on, whatever it is, and watch my next one. Thanks for watching. I know what I like, baby, I like you, Miss American Pie with that